I'm finally switching off high sensitivity after 3 years. So if you want to know whether high or low is better for you, this is the right video, because I've gotten accustomed to both and we'll be talking about my experience with both and what I'm looking for as a player now. But here we are in game 1, and this was my last tournament that I played on high sensitivity, so I want to break down my gameplay and show you where it excels and where it blunders. I hear this guy inside, so I build up to get high ground so he's not able to ramp above me. Thankfully, he stays inside, so I'm able to scout around the area and see what's going on. This video, I'm of course just going to be walking you through regular tournament gameplay, but then showing you instances in which I think the high sensitivity either helped me out or hurt me. And for reference, this game I think I was playing on about 225 edit sensitivity or something insane like that. And I've also played on over 300 plus, so I know what I'm talking about. But I drop down to look through the window and I see there's a wall in between us that isn't fully built, so I'm able to spray through and get a tag on him. I break the wall and place a stair and instantly try to edit it, but actually do fail because of that high sensitivity. It's not a huge detriment because I am able to take that wall and then get an easy cleanup kill with that gatekeeper shotgun, but you do have to keep in mind when you are in high sensitivity, you might miss some of those easy edits just like a stair flip. And a third party does come to fight me. Thankfully, I'm able to get out at least to the alley and build a few boxes to protect myself. But the third party does take my wall when I edit, and this is where high sensitivity helps. When escaping out of the side of your box with that corner edit, a high sensitivity helps because you only have to move your mouse or your controller like half a centimeter and you get the perfect edit to escape quickly. And obviously doing this super quickly matters when the enemy has your wall right in front of you and you haven't made any moves to escape yet. I'm able to run inside, and that's when I notice the second pair of footsteps and they start fighting. That means I'm not the main focus anymore and I have time to escape and run to the next place over. Unfortunately, I get targeted again and now I'm even lower health. Somehow, some way, I'm able to get my medkit off and that cola that I saw at the bottom, and I'm back in this game. I had a mini build fight earlier, so now I'm just sitting atop of it inside of a cone scouting my area. And this is something you need to know. If you want to hide in a bush, you need to commit to it, because this guy peeks out for just a little bit to scout around, and me, who's sitting in a cone just editing through, sees him. So of course I wait till zone starts pushing in, he rotates thinking he's safe because he quote unquote scouted it, and then I just target him fully into zone. So I see him healing up and I get a few nice shots when I burst SMG and he sort of boxes up. I of course try to cone him off so he's not able to go up as efficiently, but he is still able to go out the back and makes a high ground push. That means I'm chasing him up. I'm off some nitro, so I'm having some weird jumps going a little too far than I'm used to, but I do hit some nice shots on him with my gatekeeper and I keep moving. And you'll notice sometimes throughout the fight, like right here, I do miss some easy edits. Luckily, they weren't absolutely essential to get the kill or to keep me alive, but it does suck when your mind is still a couple steps ahead of your body because that sensitivity is too high and it just can't keep up. I knocked this guy out and I'm starting to play this like it's creative. I'm jumping on top of him, shooting through his floors, and just getting a lot of burst damage on him. And the reason I was so confident to fight this guy in zone and really do this whole big build fight is because I saw him bush camping. Usually the good players in the lobby are sweeping. They're getting like 25 kills. So if you're hiding in a bush, you're probably not as good. Which, speaking of which, is exactly what I run into next. So I am able to get into zone. I'm just looking around for a med kit when I base up, and then that 25 bomb plus pro pushes me. As soon as I see him ramping up, I'm able to get 44 damage on him, some fall damage, and keep height. So I've actually hit this guy multiple times and he has not done a lot of damage to me. I am playing a little scared because I only have 20 white health, but this guy doesn't know that because he's only hit me for 9 shield damage. He's playing really well and almost full boxes me, but I am able to escape multiple times from sus situations. But again, I want you to pay attention to how many edits I miss just because my sensitivity is too fast. I'm just swiping at these walls expecting them to open, but I either get a door edit or just miss altogether. Even so though, when I do have high sensitivity, I'm able to escape multiple situations when I hit it on the first try just because I'm able to edit without any delay. But looking back at this fight, I don't think that was enough. I could have hit a lot more counter damage shots if I hit my edits first try, but instead I miss and he's able to burst through my wall with that nitro. So this user 8A69, he has 25 kills, and I looked him up on Fortnite Tracker, and yes, he is a pro. So I watched him for a few more minutes, and he was cleaning up the lobby. He was clearly way better than me and anyone else in this lobby, but it actually made me mad because I had a chance to kill him. Even though he was mechanically better than me, I had a better position, and I hit him for damage before he hit me. That meant situationally, I had a chance to put him down and ruin his 30 bomb, but he cleaned up the solo Cash Cup lobby. The The next game, I'm trying to be somewhat aggressive, but not too aggressive. What I've realized when I play solo cash cups is that making your presence known often makes me die less. It's weird, if I'm bush camping or do something and I seem really passive, then those aggressive people will push me. But if I look aggressive myself and can get some tags in, players will usually be a little bit more wary about full pushing and aggroing a fight like me. I follow this guy into zone and he bases up, so do I, and because I'm in zone, I'm taking little pot shots, but I'm not full pushing into his box. And honestly, I kind of regret not full pushing into his box. If I want to improve, then I need to lean on the side of that guy who is dropping 25 bombs instead of leaning on the side of sitting in a box. So on my next rotate, I was warming up to the idea of full W keying someone and getting this match going. Although fortunately, I did have a pretty free rotate to high ground, so I kept this for just a little bit, but then it opened up my next opportunity to key. Next zone pulled a little bit, so I did have to move, so I kept on dwindling this guy's walls down on blue mark. I popped Nitro and was ready to full push into his wall. Since Nitro only does 90 health to walls now, I had to get it weak and burst right through. This really surprised him, but he was able to edit it out while I get a shotgun shot on him. I keep pushing for as long as is necessary, but he's able to keep making more boxes and editing out. And again, you'll notice my sensitivity kind of blundered a few edits where I might have been able to get an extra shot and either clean up the fight or just get more damage. But he was able to get away and just keep making more space, and I was in zone here, so I didn't push any further. And I actually had a really good zone position here. One of the most underrated things about getting aggressive is not the kills or the points, but just pushing people out of where you want to rotate. If I was more passive, I would have needed to box up next to that guy, and he might have had a better line of sight on me while I rotate to the next zone. But instead, because I burst through his wall and forced him to rotate, I obviously now had the advantage against him in a fight, but now I had cleared that region and would have a free rotate for any of the following zones. And that was the case. I had a pretty free rotate and I nitroed trying to stay above everyone, and actually at this point I just considered taking high ground, so I go for it. There's a guy that's building up against me, so I jump to him, but he contests me a little bit while I have a little nitro scuff and fall down. But it isn't over. He's only connected to my build, so I'm actually able to shoot and then edit him completely out and have high ground to myself. But I didn't have the mats to fully hold high ground for a while, and it was still pretty early in the zone rotation cycle. So I'm looking for a refresh. I'm looking below me, I get a huge crack on this guy, and honestly, looking back in VOD reviewing, I should have just full chased this guy down. But because I had high ground and I still had 300 metal, I didn't do that quite yet and just kept moving along. You'll notice I'm not full sky basing yet, I'm just trying to stay on the top of other builds and save my mats a little bit. Not only that, but I'm going and refarming the tops of these trees as I go. And the only reason I'm confident in building in one layer of wood is because I had that extra nitro in case I got shot down, so I wouldn't take fall damage. I go to retake height once I'm on front side, but honestly the nerves were just pounding at this point and someone else takes height. And I think that is partially due to having high sensitivity. When your nerves are pounding and each micro adjustment feels way bigger, being on a high sensitivity makes that shit feel like you're swiping a mile when you're swiping a centimeter on your mouse pad. But the whole structure I'm in gets knocked out, meaning that height also got knocked, so I have another free chance to take it. I'm again going for these tree refarms to keep my mats up just a little bit, and I'm currently building in metal. Someone rotates beneath me and I'm able to get a fry and then a full kill on him, but someone jumps on his body to take the mats. And as tempted as I was to go for that refresh, I still had height, I still had places to refarm on trees, so I kept it for just a little bit longer. Although the second someone started looking back at me and trying to shoot me out and I ran out of metal, I knew it was time to drop down. But regardless, that was a good height pull, and even though I didn't hold it all the way till endgame, till final 2, holding it till top 10 and getting all the way here is not bad. So I get towards front side, build a little wooden box, and I see someone healing right below me, and I know I need this refresh. So I drop down on his wall and start swinging, but I don't realize he goes out the other side until it's too late. And this is why you need to be playing scrim, so you realize these things before it's too late. The second he flipped his stair, I should have been coning that exit route and trying to piece him up, but instead I swing one more time and he's already gone. I move forward a bit, but then go down in 8th place, which isn't bad. So that was my last tournament with high sensitivity, and if you want to follow my journey going down and improving, then please invest in the channel and drop a like if you've enjoyed. If you like the style of this video where I talked over the gameplay, I'm doing the exact same style, breaking down my favorite duos gameplay from this most recent grand finals. That's right here if it's out yet, and if not, then this is a tutorial on how to stop losing when you have more HP. It'll be more tip-based with actual mechanical things that you can change. Thank you for watching. Please use code READTHENINJA or just another small creator's code if you've enjoyed, and on that note, I am signing off.